Chapter 17. The Supreme Deity. Third person POV. In a place filled with unhealthy energy, this place is the place of the beginning and the place of the end. This is the place where everything starts and everything ends. This is the place of nothingness as well as the place of everythingness. This place which is known as the void. Void is everything as well as nothing. Everything starts in the void, and everything ends in the void. This is the place where the most destructive and chaotic energy in existence, the unhealthy energy, originates. It is primordial energy that is superior to any and every type of energy in existence. In this void, we can see a figure floating, standing, or whatever is happening with it. We can't say precisely what is happening with it because there is no space in the void. By the looks of it, this figure appears to be a male and a quite handsome one as well. His height is around 188 centimeters, 6.2 feet. He appeared to the age between 20-22 male, with long silvery bluish color hair, long enough to reach a little more than his lower back. The figure's outfit consists of black pants and a black sleeveless long shirt, accented with white boots and white stripes, respectively. The arms have black detached long sleeves with golden ornaments at the top, as well as a golden collar piece around the neck. The white rope-like belt has a metal loop at the back for the purpose of tying the scabbard of a sword. This figure is the strongest person in all of existence. The true omnipotent, true omniscient, and true omnipresent beings. The one who rules over everything, the supreme deity, the ruler of space and time, the chaos creator, the embodiment of nothingness. The ruler of void, Rimuru-tempest. And it seems this figure, now known as Rimuru-tempest, is waking up from his slumber. He opened his eyes and a pair of shining golden eyes, which can make anyone's soul shine brightly in the void. Now the ruler of void is awake and ready to rule over everything. Rimuru POV. I slowly open my eyes. And all I can see is nothing. I literally can't see anything here. Have you finally woken up? Asks a voice inside my head. Oh, right, it's Ciel, my wife. She said something to me, and her voice seems so happy. Where are we? What happened to us? I remember now that we asked Veldanava to use chronosultation on us, and he used it. So now, where are we exactly? This is the end of the world, or the void. Also, it could be referred to as the end of time and space. As for our condition, we didn't cause any damage, so please rest assured. I see. We're alright. Are you okay? You must feel lonely all this time by yourself. I am sorry for that. Don't worry, Master, now that you are awake again, there is nothing to worry about anymore, and our plan also worked. Now we are the strongest beings in our entire existence. Not even Veldanava, in his prime state, can even think of putting a single scratch on Master. And now it is impossible for anyone to become stronger than a Master. That's good to know, N.A. This needlessly large and empty world is the end of time and space, she said. Looking around, there is literally nothing at all. Only a pitch black void surrounds me. Is it even black, or is it just my imagination? Certainly, time doesn't flow, and time is in a stop state. I can't sense the spread of space either. In this entire existence, in tensura world and fiction world and their all realities, dimensions, timelines, and everywhere in this entire existence, the flow of time has stopped. The spread of space has ceased as well. And in accordance with the law of entropy, all of existence has arrived at nothingness, be it the tensura world or the fiction world. Again, you have to go through all of this just for my sake. I am truly blessed to have you as my partner and wife, but don't worry, I will make it up for you. So is there anything that I should be aware of? Don't worry, Master, but you have to make it up for me. And about that, when Veldanava used chronosultation, we were hurled beyond time and space. When that happened, I witnessed everything, like the lifespan of the entire existence had already ended a long time ago. The destruction of the cardinal world, where the place of beginnings had resided, triggered a chain reaction, destroying the space-time continuum of all the worlds connected with the cardinal world, which is also known as the outer world. After that, we wandered around as we drifted in space, and then we became true omnipotent beings, and following that, we became true omniscient and true omnipresent beings. When that happened, we became aware of all the knowledge of the entire existence, be it past, present, or future, and from that time on, we were aware of what happened, what was happening, and what would happen in the entire existence. It doesn't matter which reality, timeline, or dimension we were in, we knew everything. Also at that time, I found out about the fiction world, and later, I witnessed the end of everything. What I have become a true omnipotent, true omniscient, and true omnipresent being. You know what? Just forget it. If it's Ciel doing it, then it's possible. I see, but still, we are able to go back where we want, right? Yes, Master, it is possible. After the world ended, we were transported to the void, and after coming here, the Master's body and soul started to absorb the unhealthy energy, but at some point, the infinite amount of unhealthy energy became part of the Master. I have a theory that because Masters have the void attribute, all of the unhealthy energy gets absorbed by Masters, and Master itself becomes the source of the unhealthy energy. After becoming the source of unhealthy energy, Master's imaginary collapse has evolved into unhealthy collapse. And after that, the Master became one with void. Wait, does that mean now I am part of void? And I can use the unhealthy energy like I use my own energy. Yes, Master can use unhealthy energy like his own, or rather, Master's energy is unhealthy energy now. And no, Master is not a part of Void, rather, Master is Void itself. It's like Void originated from Master now. Master has now, in a true sense, become the ruler of Void. Also, because Master was able to survive after the end of space and time, Master has transcended space and time itself. Doesn't that mean I am above space and time? Yes. Also, it can be said that the Master has become the ruler of space and time. Also, because Master transcends space, time, and void, Master is now not bound by any law in its entire existence. It also means the Master has transcended all the laws in existence, and can manipulate, change, or erase all the laws in existence. Also, after Master went into slumber and became the source of unhealthy energy, and void itself became part of Master, Master has become a true omnipotent being. In other words, Master is the strongest being in entire existence. Also, it is impossible to become stronger than Master, be it in the past, present, or future. No one will be able to become stronger than a Master. And when he became a true omnipotent being, that time Master also became a true omniscient and true omnipresent being. Actually, first, after analyzing all the virtue and sin series skills, Master became an omniscient and omnipresent being, and later, when Master became a true omnipotent being, Master also became a true omniscient and true omnipresent being. And I think in Ellen Bull 19, it is stated that the key to the omniscience is all the virtue and sin series skills, or only virtue series skills, or something like that. Tell me if I am wrong. That's some serious boost in power I got. Since I have transcended space and time, does that also mean that I will remain in my prime state forever? Yes, because Master transcends space and time, time does not affect Master in any way, so it also means that Master will remain in his prime state forever. And now Master has become so strong that for Master, the entire existence is just a plaything. It's too much to take all in, you just run an appraisal on me. Also, you said about fiction world and tensura world a few times, could you also explain that to me? Yes, Master, I will explain that later, but first about appraising you. Please forgive me, Master. I can't measure our powers. Time skip. One Ciel's long explanation later. Now I feel weaker than before. I think I only have a fraction of my power compared to when I was in my true body, but still, I am stronger than everyone in my entire existence, and everyone means everyone, be it anyone from the tensura world, the fiction world, or even void itself. They're all nothing in front of my power. But still, it was shocking to know the truth about existence. Who could have thought that existence would be this big? Let's see how strong my avatar clone is anyway. Ciel will run an appraisal on me, and also for the time being, I mean when you will run an appraisal on Ciel my omnipotence and later, when the appraisal is done, unseal it. Also, I know that even after becoming an omnipotent being, I didn't need any skills, and they are far too weak for me to use them, so could you just upgrade my previous ultimate skills Azathoth and Shub Nikirath, and tell me about them? Also, make a replica of our original swords. Understood. And I will only write about the upgraded part of his skills. Name: Rimuru-tempest, avatar clone. Race: True Dragon, Supreme Chaotic Divine Spirit, True Demonic Dragon Body, Digital Life Form. Titles: The Embodiment of Nothingness, the Ruler of Void, Ruler of Space and Time, the Supreme Deity, the one who rules over everything, the one where everything starts and everything ends, the Chaos Creator, True Demon Lord, Void Dragon, the Fifth True Dragon, Primordial Silver, Progenitor of the Silver. Gender: Male. Nickname: Argent, Buddy. Given by Veldor. Omnipotent, Omniscient, and Omnipresent Beings, an avatar clone. Existence value: immeasurable and infinite. 1,775,005,050, 1,775 m 1.775 b, infinite with unhealthy energy, when omnipotence is sealed. 1,500 m Rimuru plus 50 m sword plus 225 m true dragon release, infinite with unhealthy energy. 1,500,050,000, 1,500 m, infinite with unhealthy energy, when omnipotence is sealed. Plus 50 m sword, plus 225 m true dragon release. 84 m Veldor plus 74 m Velzard plus 67 m Velgrynd. They are not in their prime yet. They can still become strong. Omniscience sealed. Omnipresence sealed. Omnipotence temporary sealed. Intrinsic skills: Dragon Spirit Hockey, Universal Sentience, Universal Shapeshift, Information Particle Manipulation. Manas: Ciel Tempest. Even if Ciel has evolved and become an existence similar to a true dragon, Rimuru can still use Ciel as his mana. Subskills: 1. All of Creation. 2. Alteration. 3. Analytical Appraisal. 4. Attribute Conversion. 5. Chant Annulments. 6. Future Attack Prediction. 7. Law Domination. 8. Parallel Operation. 9. Synthesize Upward. 10. Thought Acceleration. 11. Thought Dominance. 12. World's Knowledge. The knowledge of anything and everything in existence, be it past, present, or future. 13. Food chain. 14. Creation. The ability to create anything the user desires, only limited by imagination. Ultimate skills. 1. Void God. Astheth. Sub-skills. 1. Soul consumption. 2. Nihility collapse. The unlimited amount of destructive energy nihility that filled in void and is able to be used as the user's own energy. Note: it is not taken from void, it originates from Rimuru, and Rimuru is the source of this energy. 3. Imaginary space. 4. Food chain. 5. True Dragon release storm, scorch, frost. 6. True Dragon nucleation storm, scorch, frost. 7. Eyes of destruction. Can nullify or erase from existence anything in the user's field of vision, it doesn't matter what it is. It can nullify matter, magic, skill, space, time, timelines, dimensions, realities, the fictional world, the real world, and even the void itself. 8. Space-time control. Complete control over the elements of space and time. It is possible to activate suspended world at will, where no one is able to move. Even those who can move in suspended world can't move. Also, if anyone wants to enter or move into the suspended world, they need the user's permission. Also, the user has full authority over all timelines, dimensions, and worlds. Anyone who wants to manipulate or interfere with the natural flow of time must obtain permission from the user, Rimuru. 9. Reality control. Absolute control over reality. The user can destroy, erase, alter, change, and create realities at will. 10. Life and death control. 11. Multiple parallel existence. 12. Law control. Absolute control over any and every type of law in existence. The user can change, create, or erase laws at will. 13. Multi-dimensional barrier. 14. Space-time leap. The user can travel anywhere he desires, be it past, present, or future, ignoring space and time. It doesn't matter if information about the desired location is available or not. It is also possible to travel on different timelines and dimensions. 2. Harvest God. Shub-Nigurath. Sub-skills. 1. Creation. The ability to create anything the user desires is only limited by the user's imagination. 2. Skill gifting. 3. Information bank. Extra skills. Hell flames, black lighting, thought communication, perfect memory, sleep, etc. Magic. Primitive magic. True Dragon magic void, storm, scorch, frost. Every type of magic in the entire existence. Nullification. All types of nullifications. Including nullifications from destruction of the entire existence, including void. Arts. 1. Void collapse. The world of 1,000 blooming changes. 2. Imaginary blade. 3. Imaginary force. 4. The secret art of implantation. 5. The secret art of resurrection. 6. The secret art of revival. 7. The secret art of spiritualization. Equipments. 1. Name. The sword of destruction and nothingness. Anos. Grade. Genesis grade. Existence value. 50 million, 50 M. 2. Name. The sword of creation and everythingness. Militia. Grade. Genesis grade. Existence value. 50 million, 50 M. That concludes all. The end guy's detailed chapter about stats of Rimuru's in his true body, and Avatar clone and Veldanava in his both pre-creation and post-creation states, will come later. Well, I knew that it was going to be absurd even in the Avatar, but it's too absurd. But I guess it's worth doing this because now I can enter lower worlds. But our efforts have paid off, and now Master is the strongest being. Also now in this Avatar, clone Masters, and my body is several times stronger than a Genesis grade metal. I see. That's good to hear. Now that everything is done, should we go back? Yes, we should go back now and also make it 10 seconds after Veldanava used chronosiltation on us. Understood, activating space-time leap to travel to the desired location. Just as Ciel said, everything around me changed in an instant, and I arrived at the same spot where I was before going into the void. It seems like nothing happened at all. Master, we have successfully arrived 10 seconds after Veldanava used chronosiltation on us. I see, and here comes Valdor. Just as I talked with Ciel Valdor, she came towards me, running and laughing. Kahahaha, you did it, Rimuru, you did it. I knew from the beginning that you could do everything. Valdor came towards me, and started saying stuff like that. I know that you have the potential to surpass me even in my prime state, but to think that you actually surpassed me is quite shocking, you know, Veldanava said as he also came towards us. What do you mean, brother? How is it possible to become stronger than you when you are in a prime state? Aren't you at that time an omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent being? Velzard asked him as she and Velgrynd came here. Yeah, I was omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, but now Rimuru has surpassed me because I can sense the overwhelming nihility energy inside him. No, it's not inside him, it's like he is the nihility energy itself, Veldanava said, shocking everyone, even me, because I don't know how he found out that. How is that possible? How did he know that? Master, I think it's because Veldanava was born in the void, and also because he had absorbed some Nihealthy energy at that time. He can sense Nihealthy energy in you. And if what I am sensing is true, then it is most likely that he has achieved omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence, which means even surpassing me, because even though I was an omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent being, I still wasn't able to use the Nihealthy energy at all. He continued once again, shocking everyone except me and Ciel. Well, you are right about that. Yes, I am not only able to use the Nihealthy, but I am also the source of the Nihealthy energy, and void itself is part of me. Also, I have achieved true omnipotence, true omniscience, and true omnipresence. I also have transcended space and time, including all kinds of laws in my entire existence. I said to them because, at this point, hiding this from them is not going to do anything for me. Also, I want to brag about my powers in front of someone. I, the embodiment of nothingness. The ruler of void, I, the supreme deity, I, the one who rules over everything, Rimuru-tempest, have become the strongest being to ever have an entire existence, I said to them, and I released some of my haki, as well as a little amount of Nihealthy energy. Rimuru, don't release your haki like these. Half of my creation got destroyed, and the other half is on its way to get destroyed. Retracted. Veldanava shouted at me. As I heard him, I opened my eyes and saw that the 3 dragon siblings were clinging to Veldanava to stay on his toe, and Veldanava himself was standing barely. I can also see that half of the creation has been destroyed. Oops, I overdid it. Ciel retracts my haki immediately, all of it. Understood, Master. And just like that, Ciel retracted all of my haki and Nihealthy energy. And everything became normal again. Kuhahaha, my friend, you have become so strong, Kuhaha, as expected of Rimuru, to even surpass Big Brother. Velzard came towards me after recovering from before. Well, I knew that Rimuru would become strong, but to think he would surpass Big Brother in his prime state is just absurd. Velzard said that as she came towards us. Behind her, Velgrynd was also coming. Well, even though it is unexpected, we can't do anything about it. We just have to go with it. After all, if we stay with him, then things will become more interesting. I know for sure. Velgrynd said while all of us are now sitting on the sofa. You're right about that. Velzard also added. Kahahaha, it's because of me that all of you were able to meet him, Sister Velzard boasted himself. And now they are glaring daggers at him. Geez, this guy is never going to learn. But one thing is good. Now they act more like normal siblings instead of fighting all the time. I wonder because Velzard is the manifestation of the storm element, his nature is this type of chaos. That is correct. Well, even Ciel agrees with me. If that's the case, then all we need to do is guide him and give him a direction. I should save Velzard before they start to fight again. And also, I want to tell them about my true body and my true power, and because they are only aware of the power that I am currently wielding, it is not even a fraction of my true power. It's not like I want to brag about it or something, it's just that I want to make sure that they are aware of the truth. Yeah, totally that about truth and not bragging. I can bet that after knowing the truth, their reaction will be priceless. Hey girls, why don't you leave Velzard alone for the time being and hear me because you don't know anything about me? I said to them and took their attention from Velzard to me, and only then, but all of them. What are you talking about? Veldanava asked in confusion. Well, this is not my all power, heck, this is not even my true body either. I told them, and now they are looking at me curiously. What do you mean by that? This time, Velzard asked. Listen here, buddy, because now I am going to tell you the truth, and that is with that, I started to tell them the truth. I wonder what the future can offer me and how it can entertain me. Chapter 18. Time skip part 1. Rimuru. It's been more than several trillion years since I returned from the void, and became a true omnipotent, true omniscient, and true omnipresent being. Actually, I lost count of how many years after 5 trillion years, but if I am right, then it has been almost 20 to 30 trillion years, or probably more than that. And nearly all this time we all true dragons are together, it's just that, from time to time, Veldanava went to meet his servants or something. Well, many things happened in these years, like after some years, I stopped wearing my black sleeveless long shirt, which has one white stripe on it, and now I wear a long plain white sleeveless shirt. And only on special occasions do I wear my black shirt. Also, now Velzard is the strongest after me and Veldanava. After evolving his skills, he was still the weakest among us. But after training with me and Ciel, he has now become strong. He was strong enough to beat his sisters easily. And actually, Velzard has the potential to become stronger than his sisters in Elan and Inaim, but there he didn't get the proper guidance from the start. He became 2-3 times stronger than his previous self in just 2-3 years with Rimuru. And here, he has been getting proper guidance and training from Rimuru and Ciel for billions of years. So, I think his becoming stronger than his sisters makes sense to me. Also, Velzard has taken too much liking to manga and novels. I mean, he has created a whole fighting style, taking inspiration from manga. He had created a fighting style known as Velzard style killing arts. which uses one's or battle will, or hockey to coat the body parts to attack the target, and some other different attacks. And it's pretty good, too. Now he has surpassed everyone except me, Ciel, and Prime Veldanava in martial arts. We are an exception, so I don't think it will be a good idea to compare me and Ciel with him. So, if we didn't add us, then he is the most skilled person in martial arts, and one of the strongest people in the tensura world. Also, I have given a sword as a gift to Velzard. Because after seeing my sword, he also wanted one, and he asked me till I was on the verge of killing him. So, I told Ciel to create a sword for Velzard, and she created a mythical grade sword and gave it to him. He named his sword the Sword of Chaos. Loki. I don't know why he named it that name, so I asked him, and he said that he had read some comics where this Loki named character caused so much damage that his world was almost destroyed, and he liked that character so much, so he named his sword after him. Weird. Also, I wanted to do some experiments with Nehealthy energy, so I made a deal with Velzard that in return for teaching him how to properly use the sword that I gave him and some of my sword techniques, I would use him for some experiments, and he agreed. Actually, I wanted to test that if someone were to absorb some Nehealthy energy, would that person be able to use this energy or not? And even if Velzard dies in that experiment, it's no problem because I can resurrect him anytime using various methods. I can change and make reality something like that never happened or something like that. So I put Velzard into my imaginary space and filled my imaginary space with Nehealthy energy. Actually, it was filled with turn null, even after my imaginary collapse became Nehealthy collapse, so I changed it to Nehealthy energy. Actually, even after my imaginary collapse became Nehealthy collapse, the energy inside imaginary space didn't change, because in imaginary collapse, the turn null energy I have is infinite, and it is filled inside imaginary space, which is infinite in size, and that's why I have an infinite amount of turn null energy. But in Nehealthy collapse, it is different because in Nehealthy collapse, the Nehealthy energy that I use doesn't come from imaginary space, because my imaginary space is filled with turn null energy. So the thing is, in Nehealthy collapse, the Nehealthy energy that I use comes directly from me. It's because the Nehealthy energy originates from me, and I am the source of Nehealthy energy, and that's why even after my imaginary collapse became Nehealthy collapse, the energy inside imaginary space didn't change. If that doubt is cleared, then let's go back to my experiment. I made Velzard unconscious for the whole period of the experiment. After filling my imaginary space with Nehealthy energy, I manipulated time inside the imaginary space, for 1 day outside is equal to 1 million years inside. And put Velzard inside my imaginary space for at least 100 million years, meaning it is equivalent to almost 100 days from the outside world. Before going into my imaginary space, he was able to go toe-to-toe against Velzard and defeat Velgrynd. And his existence value is around 140 million, and after completing my experiment, now Velzard can defeat Velzard pretty easily. Right now, his existence value is around 180 million. And he can also borrow a little amount of Nehealthy energy that he can use. But more than that, his body won't be able to survive. But still, with that little amount of Nehealthy energy, he became more than several times stronger than his normal self. Pretty awesome, right? But sadly, no one besides Velzard will be able to use Nehealthy energy like that. It only happened with Velzard because we have a deep bond, and also because we named each other and share the same name. That's why only Velzard is able to use the Nehealthy energy besides me and Veldanava. But Veldanava didn't take the Nehealthy energy from me, so I don't count him. But if in the future I have a soul corridor with someone that is as deep as and as strong as the soul corridor between me and Velzard, then that person would also be able to use Nehealthy energy like how Velzard uses it. Well, that's what Ciel said. And now, after my experiment, Velzard is officially the 3rd strongest true dragon. Following Velzard, Velzard also grew during this period of time. Her existence value has become around 150 million. Actually, her existence value became more than 100 million after evolving her ultimate skill, and after fighting and training with me and others, her existence value became 150 million. On the other hand, Velgryn's existence value is around 120 million. I don't know why, but her existence value did not increase that much compared to others. And now my total existence value, including them, is 2 billion M, 2000 M 2B, and without them in my sword, it is 1,500,000,000 M, 1500 M 1.5B. Without the usage of Nehealthy energy and only when I seal my omnipotence, of course, because if I use Nehealthy energy, then it will be infinite, and if my omnipotence is unsealed, then my power can't be measured because that's what omnipotence means. Actually, in my case, omnipotence is a completely different thing because I use omnipotence, omnipresence, and omniscience as a medium, and the story will be for some other time, not now, because the author doesn't want to uncover all the mysteries in one chapter. Well, let's leave that matter for now and focus on the time skip part. So where was I? Now all 3 of them can move into a suspended world too. First, when they were learning to move in the suspended world, they had to get permission from me because I am the ruler of space and time, you know. and they didn't even learn at the same time. First, Velzard learned, then Velzard and Velgrynd. After that, I thought that it would be a real pain to give my permission to anyone who wants to move into the suspended world. So, I just told Ciel to set some conditions, like if someone has reached a certain level of power or if they have a skill that can allow them to move in the suspended world. And if they are able to manipulate information particles, or if they are a digital life form. Actually, these are the basic conditions, but there are more. If anyone is able to fulfill one of the above conditions, then they are worthy to move into the suspended world. Velzard was always asking me for new manga and comics, and it was damn annoying. So, I just gave him a modified version of my previous unique skill historian, which is now called entertainer. It has all the knowledge of my previous world, and in addition to that, it has a new feature that allows him to create things using that knowledge only. So in that way, he won't ask me now. And now the relationship between Velzard and Velgrynd has also changed. Because now they no longer fight among themselves. And now they don't act like they are enemies of each other. It happened because Velzard has matured quite a bit in these years. He still acts like before, but he no longer does whatever comes to his mind. Now he thinks before doing things. But still, they didn't show any open affection towards each other. Instead, they just entered into a cat fight or a dragon fight, whatever. Now their relationship is like a normal typical siblings relationship where big sisters try to boss the little brother. I also visited the underworld from time to time. First, when I visited the underworld after becoming a true dragon, I just wanted to see how things were going on there because, as you know, I had nothing to do. When I visited the underworld, I thought that instead of visiting everyone separately, I should just invite everyone into my territory and meet them. So I just did that, but this time instead of sending my servants, I just released my haki a little, and they came instantly. And when I released my haki, the world didn't get destroyed, and it happened because I altered reality, and made it seem like my haki didn't do damage. But I realized that it was a bad choice. Because when I evolved into True Dragon and when I returned from the void, both of the time I released my haki that destroyed half of the whole world, and unfortunately the underworld did not get destroyed, and they survived and recognized that it was me who released that. And after knowing that it was me who released that haki, and that it was me who is the 5th True Dragon, they almost blackmailed me, saying that if I didn't give something to them, they would tell anyone they came into contact with about my existence. Those sly bastards. War was the only exceptional because instead of something demanding from me, he just started to praise me like I am some kind of god. Well, it's not actually a lie either, but still, it's creepy. He is so weird. Actually, I don't care if they tell everyone in the world about me. But the problem is, I had made a promise with Valdinava, and I don't like breaking my promises. So I accepted their demands, and I was going to evolve their unique skills, but Ciel told me that they were not strong and mature enough to use an ultimate skill yet. So instead of giving them an ultimate skill, I just named them. And it's not like they were accepting any summoning until a few centuries ago because of their infinite amount of pride. So I didn't think it was the wrong choice to name them. Also, after thinking for some time before naming them, I decided to tell everything that happened after I accepted my last summoning. Because it will be a real pain in the ass to deal with them if they somehow find out that. So before naming them, I told them everything. Like how I met Valdinava, the creator of the world, and how I fought him and defeated, killed him, and surpassed him. And also, in that fight, I evolved into a true dragon. And I even told them about my wife Ciel, and about how I am achieving true omnipotence, true omniscience, and true omnipresence, surpassing Valdinava, the creator of this world, in his prime state, and becoming the strongest person in the entire existence. Heck, I even told them about the truth about me, like my true body or something else like that. I know that I don't need to tell them about that part, but hey, I also wanted to show off a little. You know Rouge, John, and Violet were excited to fight me, which is typical of them. Noir and Blanc are just astonished by this. Vert and Blue are shocked about it. But one thing is common, and that is that they are all surprised that I have become this strong. And Noir once again started to praise me, but this time he was actually saying that I am the god. Well, he is not wrong either, so we just ignored him. I named Rouge Guy Crimson. I gave him that name because his long crimson red hair reminds me of crimson blood, and Guy is just random, because only crimson won't sound that good. Then I named Noir Diablo. I gave him that name because his intelligence, sharp cunning personality, and fast learning speed remind me of a car from my previous world, which is Lamborghini Diablo, so I just took Diablo from that, and gave it to him. After that, I named John, Blanc, and Violet as Carrere, Testarossa, and Ultima. Well, I couldn't find suitable names for them, so I just named them after cars. After they were done, I named Vert Misery. I gave her that name because, combining her quiet yet scary personality with her race as a demon, I thought that if she ever got summoned, she would most likely torture humans before putting them out of their misery. So, I thought that this name would show the misery of humans. Only if she gets summoned. And I named Blue Rain. I gave her that name because her hair color is blue, the sky is blue, and from the sky falls rain. So, I just gave her the name Rain. I know that it's pretty lame. But hey, it's hard to think of names. Chapter 19. Time Skip Part 2. Rimuru. After assigning them names, they underwent a profound metamorphosis, ascending to the revered rank of demon peers, thereby doubling their strength instantaneously. Unfazed by their newfound power, they audaciously challenged me. However, with effortless mastery, I swiftly subdued them, their futile resistance proving inconsequential. In comparison to the awe-inspiring might of true dragons, their existence is but a fleeting shadow, a testament to the vast chasm that separates them from the hierarchy of mythical beings. After emerging victorious, I chose to reside in the depths of the underworld for a time before returning to the material realm. Over the passing years, I observed their evolution, witnessing their growing strength. However, their power remains inadequate to challenge a true dragon. However, this was the reality until just a few centuries ago. After returning from the underworld, Velzard introduced me to his latest creation, Velzard's style killing art. Surprisingly, it showcased several impressive moves and techniques. However, it also bore some flaws. Velzard had created it based on manga and his imagination, after all. With Ciel's and my assistance, we honed his fighting style to perfection, elevating it to one of the world's premier and most formidable techniques. Witnessing its evolution spurred me to develop my own combat style. It wasn't born out of envy, but rather from a sense of curiosity and creative exploration, a testament to the boundless potential of martial arts. This seems suspicious. I could have sworn I heard something, perhaps it's just my imagination playing tricks on me. So where was I? Ah, I remember. With Ciel and Velzard, we devised a new fighting style that incorporates the utilization of Nihility energy. This style is exclusive to those bearing the name Tempest. And I, Ciel, commanded the voice of the world, decreeing that henceforth, only myself, Ciel, and Velzard, shall have the privilege to grant the name Tempest, or include it in their own and others' names. And I know that Velzard would never bestow the name Tempest upon just anyone, he reserves it for only those who are very close to him or deemed worthy of such an honor. In the realm of combat, we have forged the formidable Tempest arts. This distinctive fighting style seamlessly blends a myriad of techniques, encompassing martial arts, swordsmanship, and beyond. Its eclectic nature promises a dynamic and captivating approach to combat, endowing practitioners with a versatile arsenal to wield in battle. And now, it proudly reigns as the paramount and most potent fighting style in all of existence. Currently, only 3 individuals possess the capability to wield this style. Myself, Ciel, and Velzard. I also learned how to properly utilize my eyes. Once, in a moment of irritation with Velzard, I inadvertently activated my Eyes of Destruction, resulting in the destruction of 2 billion timelines and 50,000 omniverses. However, it was swiftly rectified by Ciel, who restored everything to its previous state. Following that incident, I delved into the depths of the void to refine my eyes' prowess, fully aware of their staggering power. Unleashed without restraint, they hold the potential to unravel the very fabric of existence, including the void's immutable presence. Anyway, now I can utilize my eyes as I see fit. Even in moments of extreme anger, I can activate my eyes without fear of destruction, as long as I don't intend for it to occur. However, when I directed my eyes towards Velzard in an attempt to silence him, merely to intimidate, the sheer intensity of my gaze left him trembling, on the brink of collapse. Though no destruction ensued, the latent potential to unravel existence remains ever present. It's an unparalleled tool for intimidation. I'm certain that anyone below the true demon lord level would faint solely from the mere presence of my eyes, without even requiring their activation. This underscores the incredible potency and aura of my gaze. Over the years, Velzard has matured significantly. While he no longer acts impulsively all the time, there are still moments when he behaves in such a manner. Despite his growth, he retains elements of childishness and idiocy, as well as a tendency to exhibit sunnier traits, albeit to a lesser extent than before. But it's ingrained in his very essence to behave this way, perhaps due to his nature as the embodiment of a storm. Through our years of living together, we've developed a habit of giving each other nicknames. I often refer to Velzard as Buddy, Breeze Dragon, Gullador, Attacker Dragon, and Old Man. He doesn't mind when I use those nicknames for him, and typically, he addresses me by my name, Buddy, or Bro. Despite not being biological brothers, we still regard each other as such. Velzard holds the same significance and value to me as Ciel does. I also gave the nicknames Velzard as Velz and Velgrynd as Grin because it sounds good, and they're fine with it. As for Veldanava, I just call him Velda since his name is too long. In return, they all address me by my name. One time, driven by sheer boredom, Velda and I decided to visit Ivorage. During our excursion, we found him in a separate dimension, where only he and some other things that Velda had created exist, devoid of any signs of life. He was still a mindless beast and attacked us, so I had no choice but to kill him. However, like us true dragons, he resurrected himself. When he came back to life, I was prepared to erase his concept of existence, but Velda intervened. He wanted to observe what would happen if, in the future, Ivorage were to develop an ego. So, I suggested to Velda that he put Ivorage in another dimension and seal it, and he promptly did so. He then issued his first servant in order to watch over him. I've never met this servant, but I believe Velda mentioned his name is Roadway, Falseway, Birdway, or something along those lines. His name is weird. Centuries ago, Velda encountered a mad titan whose sole desire was to bring about destruction. While formidable, he wasn't quite on par with Velgrynd in terms of strength. If Velgrynd were to take him seriously, she could dispatch him without much difficulty. As for myself, Velda, Baldor, and Vels, he doesn't pose much of a threat to us. When his rampage became too severe, Velda engaged him in combat and split him into 3 separate entities. Despite this, the middle one persisted in his desire for destruction and chaos, leading Velda to seal him away. As far as I know, the other 2 are establishing their kingdom, the Kingdom of Lions. A few centuries ago, Guy was summoned into the material world for the first time. Upon his summoning, he swiftly laid waste to 2 nations and underwent an evolution into a true demon lord. His unique skill, Pride, also underwent a transformation into Prideful King. Lucifer, an ultimate skill from the Sin series. Following his evolution into a true demon lord, he attained a level of strength comparable to Velgrynd. In my story, Guy has achieved remarkable strength, surpassing even Velgrynd and capable of holding his own against Velzard, who is also stronger than her canon self. This enhancement stems from his earlier naming in the underworld, which granted him the status of a demon peer prior to his summoning. As a result, he has transcended the limitations of his canon self and attained unprecedented power. I have access to this information through our soul corridor, which grants me insight into the abilities and existence values of individuals connected to me. Guy's ultimate skill is notably formidable. Over time, he further evolved his space-time manipulation into space-time domination, bolstering his power. Additionally, his skill possesses the unique ability to replicate others' skills, along with a range of supplementary sub-skills. Overall, his skill is like this. The Prideful King. Lucifer. Sub-skills. 1. Thought acceleration. Accelerates the user's thought processing speed up to a factor of 1,000,000. 2. Analytical appraisal. Analyzes and assesses the target. 3. Chant annulment. Eliminates the need for chanting when using magic. 4. All of creation. The ability to comprehend any non-concealed phenomena in this world. 5. Skill copy consumes 8% max magic heals. The ability to copy others' skills just by looking at and understanding them. It can even copy ultimate skills. Excluding God-level skills, understanding skills will become easier by using analytical appraisal. 6. Space-time domination. It allows the user complete control over the elements of space and time, allowing them to perform space-time connection and instant motion easily. 7. Law manipulation. It enables the manipulation of the laws of the world from either a magical or scientific perspective. How effectively it is used depends on the user's abilities. If the user is not in possession of sufficient affinity for the respective laws or not in possession of enough knowledge about the scientific or magical laws and the way they operate, they will not be able to fully bring out the skill's power. And after following his newfound strength, Guy, perhaps in a moment of overconfidence, challenged Velda, believing that his acquisition of an ultimate skill would grant him victory, akin to my own experience. However, unlike myself, Guy's single ultimate skill proved insufficient against Velda, who effortlessly emerged victorious. It's worth noting that while Velda may be weaker than me, it doesn't diminish his status as a true dragon and a god. Even after relinquishing his omniscience, omnipresence, and omnipotence, Veldanava remained the pinnacle of strength until my emergence. That's why he was called the Holy Will of Nature. The Star King Dragon. Veldanava. Despite Guy's defeat, Velda was impressed by his potential and offered him a unique role. That of the world's mediator. In this capacity, Guy enjoys the freedom to pursue his own endeavors, while ensuring the maintenance of world balance. Upon learning of Guy's newfound connection with Velda, Velz sought him out and engaged him in battle. Despite Guy's considerable strength, Velz emerged victorious, albeit with some effort. Following her triumph, Velz chose to accompany Guy, and they now reside together in the northern reaches of the world. Additionally, Guy summoned Rain and Misery to serve him as his loyal servants. Interestingly, prior to Guy's summoning, when they all resided in the underworld, Rain and Misery challenged Guy to a duel. The terms were simple. The loser would become the winner's servant. Ultimately, Guy emerged victorious, and since then, Rain and Misery have faithfully served him. Over the course of several centuries, Guy's strength has undergone remarkable development, now enabling him to surpass Velgrynd in combat prowess, and offer a formidable challenge to Velz, though he falls short of defeating her outright. Upon Guy achieving the status of Demon Lord, Velda took a human named Rudra under his wing, instructing him in various martial disciplines, and guiding his growth. Rudra's journey culminated in his transformation into the first true hero, hailed as the hero of the beginning. Velgrynd, intrigued by Rudra's accomplishments, engaged him in combat and was astonished to find herself defeated by him. Subsequently, she opted to align herself with Rudra, and together, they dwell in the eastern part of the world. Meanwhile, Velzard and Velgrynd have cultivated a friendly rivalry reminiscent of sibling dynamics, adding depth to their relationship without turning adversarial. It's understandable to wonder why Velzard and Velgrynd didn't show the same level of interest in me, especially since I've fought and defeated them before. It feels unfair to me. Actually, Master, they stayed with you for trillions of years, and I can't see anything unfair here. Alright, I understand. I also speculate that their rivalry may have been influenced by their interactions with the hero and the guy. Wrong assumption. An. After reading the above sentence, it's important to note that Rimuru isn't portrayed as dense in this story. Their relationship will begin to develop in the next few chapters. Following their departure, Velta also found companionship with the sister of the hero Lucia. Initially reserved, he mustered the courage to confess his feelings after a conversation with me, ultimately leading to their marriage. They now reside alongside the hero. With everyone gone, only Vildora and I remained behind. We relocated from God's Mountain to the Great Jura Forest, where I constructed a smaller replica of our previous home. The absence of our companions left a void in our daily routines, particularly in maintaining household chores. Initially reluctant, I persuaded Velzard, Velgrynd, and Vildora to share the responsibilities. However, their departure left Vildora and me overwhelmed. To alleviate the burden, I decided to summon a demon from my lineage. Although I initially considered summoning one of my servants responsible for managing my territory, I recalled my promise to Diablo. After summoning him, I accepted Diablo as my subordinate. Initially hesitant due to my promise, I ultimately decided to summon him to prevent potential future annoyance. In the underworld, Guy and Diablo were evenly matched in strength. However, upon entering the material world, Guy surpassed Diablo in power. Despite his initial weaker state upon summoning, I took it upon myself to train Diablo, alongside Vildora, to alleviate my boredom. Through our training regimen, Diablo's strength increased, though he remained slightly inferior to Velgrynd. But some years ago, driven by curiosity, I conducted an experiment to explore the potential of individuals capable of evolving into true demon lords, but lacking a demon lord seed. To this end, I created and bestowed 100,000, 100k souls upon Diablo. Remarkably, he successfully evolved into a true demon lord, attaining power on par with Guy. Before his evolution, Diablo had acquired another unique skill, Seeker. During his evolution process, Ciel intervened, merging his two unique skills into the ultimate skill Temptation King. Azazel. With his newfound status, Diablo's ultimate skill became one of the most potent in existence. His mastery extended to his evolved space-time manipulation, now space-time domination, and law manipulation, now law domination. Despite not possessing the God series ultimate skill, Diablo's proficiency with his ultimate skill has elevated it to a level comparable to those in the God series, making him a formidable presence in the world. Overall, his skill is like this. Temptation King. Azazel. Sub-skills. 1. Thought acceleration. Accelerates the user's thought processing speed up to a factor of 1,000,000. 2. Analytical appraisal. Analyzes and assesses the target. 3. Chant annulment. Eliminates the need for chanting when using magic. 4. All of creation. The ability to comprehend any non-concealed phenomena in this world. 5. Universal sense. Universal sense allows for the perception of nearly all things within a wide radius. It is an enhanced version of magic sense with superior sensory capabilities, allowing the user to perceive not only light and sound, but also smell and heat in an extremely wide radius. 6. Demon Lord's Haki. It combines the effects of the extra skills Haki and magic aura, and allows the user's aura to exert a powerful spiritual pressure over their targets, and inflict them with potentially lethal magical effects. It is possible for one to immediately perish if they are too weak, or it can cause one to lose their sanity. 7. Law domination. Gives the user absolute control over all laws of the world, magical or scientific, from the 5 basic elements of earth, water, fire, wind, and space, down to the properties of gravity, heat, and inertia, etc. 8. Space-time domination. It allows the user complete control over the elements of space and time, allowing them to perform space-time connection and instant motion easily. 9. Multi-dimensional barrier. It is a barrier-type skill that achieves absolute defense through the utilization of an always-active multi-layer barrier, in combination with Dimension Fault, the upgraded version of Distortion Field. It boasts a foolproof defense against physical, elemental, and emission-type attacks. While there are attacks that could potentially break it, if the user is able to analyze the nature of the oncoming attack, they can adjust the barrier to block it. Its performance is above that of even Uriel's Absolute Guard. 10. Temptation World. Originally, it allowed the user to affect the target's consciousness and spirit, but it was further developed by Diablo to materialize a virtual world that the user has total control over. Reality Exchange. Allows the user to twist the truth and switch anything that happens in the virtual world with the real world. 11. Charm Domination. It allows the user to hypnotize and temporarily control the thoughts of their target with suggestions. It can be 100% effective for people who do not possess an ultimate skill. And for the ultimate skill holders, the effect will be decreased. 12. Punitive domination. He also possesses the ability to draw upon a small portion of turn null energy from me through our soul corridor. Though limited in quantity, this infusion significantly bolsters his strength, enabling him to contend with Veltz with relative ease. However, exceeding this threshold risks the collapse of his existence. Yet, with each exposure, his body gradually acclimates to the turn null energy, hinting at his potential to harness greater power in the future. Currently, Diablo stands as a formidable force, surpassing Guy in strength and rivaling Veltz in power. However, should Guy's ultimate skill evolve into a God Series ultimate skill, he too would ascend to their echelon of power. Notably, both Guy and Diablo possess the ability to traverse the suspended world, signifying their status as digital nature beings. In a moment of nostalgia, I paid Guy a visit, longing for the companionship of Veltz, whom I dearly missed. Though our relationship remains platonic, our bond teeters on the brink of a deeper connection, akin to a burgeoning romance. The same sentiment extends to my dynamic with Grynd. I recall an incident, the accidental encounter of witnessing them in a naked state, an unexpected occurrence, to be sure. As I wandered through the corridors of our abode, I couldn't help but notice an open door leading to their private quarters. Intrigued by what lay beyond, I cautiously approached, only to be met with a scene that left me momentarily stunned. Their casual nudity, though unintended on my part, offered a glimpse into their vulnerability, and a reminder of our shared humanity. Despite my inadvertent intrusion, they responded with understanding and grace, dispelling any notion of discomfort or embarrassment. Reflecting on this peculiar incident, I'm reminded of the unique dynamics that define our companionship, a blend of camaraderie, respect, and light-hearted humor. It's moments like these that add depth to our relationship, fostering a sense of closeness and mutual trust. I wonder if, in the future, we'll develop such a romantic relationship. Either way, I'm open to it. They're worthy of being with you, Master, so I concur. If they wish to be by your side, they're welcome. Now even Ciel is in agreement. Well, I'll ponder that later. It seems that Guy is becoming a bit too ambitious, so I'll need to bring him back down to earth. Veltz also mentioned that Guy and the hero Rudra are engaged in a peculiar game on the grand stage of the world. Rather than direct confrontation, they manipulate others as pawns to outmaneuver each other. It's akin to a game of chess, but in this scenario, living beings serve as pawns, and the world itself becomes the chessboard, a grand stage for their strategic maneuvers. Following that, Velda and Lucia welcomed their daughter, Milim, into the world. But tragically, they both passed away not long after her birth. I've yet to meet her, but I've sensed that she's going on a rampage. To prepare, I've told Ciel to gather her pet dragon's soul as a precaution. Chapter 20. Meeting with the Daughter of God. From the previous chapter. Following that, Velda and Lucia welcomed their daughter, Milim, into the world. Tragically, they both passed away not long after her birth. I've yet to meet her, but I've sensed that she's going on a rampage. To prepare, I've asked Ciel to gather her pet dragon's soul as a precaution. Rimuru. Confirmed. The requirements have been fulfilled. Evolution into a true demon lord. The harvest festival will now begin. Individual Milim Nava now evolves into the true demon lord. The harvest festival now commences. Well, that settles it. Milim's the one going on a rampage. Letting her blow off steam for a bit might help. I'll step in after a few days. It looks like even Velzard senses her. And here he comes. Rimuru, did you hear that? It's Milim, Big Brother's daughter. She evolved into a true demon lord. He rushes towards me, shouting. Geez, this old man. Even though he has matured quite a bit, he still shouts like this. What am I going to do about him? Yeah. I heard it, old man. Don't shout like that, I respond, trying to calm him down. I can also sense that she is going on a rampage, and it seems that Sister Velzard is also there, along with someone strong. It's not just one person, but two, he says to me, his voice now calmer than before. Well, yes. She is indeed going on a rampage. Velzard and Guy, the red primordial demon, are both with her, attempting to stop her. Additionally, the Spirit Queen is aiding them, I explain, addressing his unspoken question. I can sense that Milim is strong, stronger than them. I don't think they will be able to stop her. We should go and stop her. He said to me that he was excited to fight someone strong. I know they won't be able to stop her. She is Velda's daughter, after all. Let her release some more of her anger. We will go after some time, but not now, I replied calmly to Velzard. I see. If you say so, but do you know why she is going on a rampage? He said it in a defeated voice and asked a question. After that one incident, when I unconsciously activated my eyes and glared at Velzard, he wouldn't talk back to me as much, and began accepting my decisions without much resistance. Well, you see, some idiotic humans and elves decided to kill her pet dragon, and that's why she's going on a rampage right now. I explained to him the reason for her rampage. Those idiots again, I should go and destroy some of their countries and teach them a lesson, he exclaimed, starting to release his ore. That's enough, big guy. Even though I agree that humans are the most despicable, disgusting, greedy, and worst kind of species in existence, always treating other races as if they were beneath them, there are still some good, kind, gentle, and caring people out there. It's in their nature to act like this, so just let them be. They are Velda's favorite species in all of creation, after all. And we will go and stop her, but not now, maybe after 3-4 days, I told Veldor, and now he has become somewhat calm. I see. If that's the case, then we'll go after 3-4 days. So now, I'm going to read the next chapter of my new secret text kuhahaha, he said and left, disappearing into the corridor. Geez, you attack a dragon, what am I going to do with you? I sighed, watching him depart with an amused shake of my head. Diablo, give me some wine, I ordered Diablo, who has been standing by our side this whole time, to be my ever-loyal servant. Yes, my lord, he responded promptly, pouring me a glass of wine. It's just 4 days, and then I will be able to fulfill my promise to you, Veldanava. Rest assured, I will take care of your daughter. Time skip. 4 days later. It's been 4 days, now we should go and stop her. Otherwise, this planet and later the cardinal world will be destroyed. Hey, old man, let's go. It's time for us to intervene and put an end to her rampage. I exclaimed as I entered Veldor's room. What, it's time already? Well, it doesn't matter. Now, I will be able to showcase my Veldor-style killing arts to everyone. They'll finally understand my might and greatness. Kuhaha, Veldor began, but I cut him short. Yeah, Gulador, you can do that. When we get there, you can duel with Milim while I talk to Velz and Guy, I interjected, before he can finish his sentence. Humph, if you're insisting that much, then I can do that. Veldor began to show his sundier side again. And you, Diablo, keep the barrier up while this breeze dragon deals with Milim. I'm sure he'll do something that could cause some damage, I ordered Diablo, ignoring Veldor's grumbling. Understood, my lord, Diablo said with a bow. Okay, then let's go, I said, and we began to fly towards Milim's location. I'm coming, Milim. Just wait a little longer. Third-person POV. High above the barren landscape, a figure with vibrant pink hair soared, casting an imposing shadow over the newly formed lands. This was Milim Nava, who recently evolved into a true demon lord, bearing the title the Daughter of a God. For 4 days and nights, Milim unleashed her fury upon the world, engaging in a relentless battle with Guy Crimson, the primordial Red Rouge. Despite his valiant efforts, Guy struggled to quell her rampage, a testament to the sheer magnitude of Milim's newfound power. The root of Milim's overwhelming power lay in her evolution into a true demon lord. During this evolutionary process, her unique skill, Wrath, ignited by her insatiable thirst for destruction, evolved to ultimate levels. Fueled by the ability to use the potent, empowered by the inherent ability to harness the potent energy passed down from her father, Veldanava recognized as the third most potent energy in existence, known as the Stardust energy. With this, Milim's capabilities reached staggering heights. The evolution of her and her unique skill gave rise to an upgraded and enhanced version of one of the Sin series' ultimate skills, Wrathful King. Satnal. This formidable ability endowed Milim with the capacity to generate a near-infinite reservoir of magicules, strengthened by the infusion of Stardust energy. In this state of righteous fury, Milim activated the sub-skill Stampede, amplifying her power exponentially with each surge of anger. As the battle raged on, Milim's strength increased with every passing moment, fueled by the additional effects of Stampede and the supplementary sub-skill Magicule's breeder reactor. With each breath, she grew more formidable, her wrath manifesting as an unstoppable force of nature, intent on reshaping the world in her image. In the grip of relentless fury, Milim Nava found herself in a state of unrestrained chaos, a torrent of wrath unleashed upon the world. The catalyst for her rage lay in the tragic demise of her cherished companion. A small baby dragon bestowed upon her as a parting gift by her deceased father, Veldanava. The foolish actions of elves and humans had led to the death of her pet dragon, igniting a vengeful fire within her heart. In their heedless pursuit of destruction, they had slain her beloved companion, inciting Milim's righteous retribution. In a swift and merciless display of power, she laid waste to their kingdoms, leaving nothing but destruction in her wake. Yet, despite the devastation wrought upon her enemies, Milim's fury remained unquenched. Empowered by the souls of the fallen, she ascended to the rank of true demon lord, her essence suffused with boundless rage. Driven by primal instinct and the overwhelming influx of dark energy, she found herself consumed by a maelstrom of emotions, her thoughts obscured by a crimson haze. As Demon Lord Guy Crimson clashed with her in a desperate bid to halt her rampage, Velzard, the Ice Empress, erected a barrier to contain the demonic and draconic magic emanating from their clash. With each clash of titanic forces, the very fabric of reality strained against the onslaught of destruction. Meanwhile, the enigmatic Spear Queen Ramers moved with deliberate purpose, absorbing the surging demonic and draconic magic that permeated the battlefield. With each absorption, her essence became tainted by the corrupting influence of the magicules, her once pure soul teetering on the brink of corruption. Despite her formidable power, Ramers knew that confronting the rampaging Milim would be no easy feat. Sandwiched between the forces of Guy Crimson and the incensed True Demon Lord, she braced herself for the imminent clash, knowing that the fate of the world hung in the balance. The enigmatic Spear Queen Ramers remained poised on the edge of the battlefield, her gaze fixed on the swirling chaos before her. Possessing strength surpassing that of Velzard, the Ice Empress, yet falling short of the formidable Vildor, Ramers is also one of the strongest beings in the world, having unparalleled power and excellent mastery over magic. While she possessed the capability to confront the rampaging Milim head-on, she recognized the immense challenge that lay before her. For now, Ramers remained in a state of cautious readiness, observing the relentless struggle between Demon Lord Guy Crimson and the ferocious True Demon Lord, Milim Nava. Her decision to remain on standby stemmed from a calculated assessment of the situation, a belief that Guy's battle prowess could stem the tide of Milim's fury. Her strategy, for now, was twofold. Absorb the surging magicules saturating the battlefield, while minimizing collateral damage to the surrounding environment. With each passing moment, she siphoned the volatile energies, channeling them into herself and away from innocent bystanders caught in the crossfire. But lurking beneath the calm exterior lay keen awareness of the brewing storm. Ramers knew that the delicate balance of power could shift in an instant, plunging the world into further chaos. As she awaited the outcome of the conflict, she steeled herself for the possibility of confronting Milim directly at battle that would test her limits and determine the fate of all. As the intense battle raged on, a sudden shift in the atmosphere heralded the arrival of additional players on the field. Among them, the great mighty storm dragon, the-tale-of-rimuru-tempest, surged forward with palpable excitement, his aura crackling with unrestrained energy. Eager for combat, he exuded a formidable presence. His mere arrival changed the tide of battle. As he strode towards the battlefield, his presence screamed power, authority, dominance, and destruction. His very being was enough to capture the attention of the rampaging Milim. Meanwhile, Diablo, the elusive and shadowy servant, moved with silent precision, his presence veiled in layers of mystique. Employing his mastery of concealment, he maneuvered stealthily through the chaos, his movements shrouded in a cloak of invisibility. Detecting him amidst the tumultuous clash of powers proved a near impossible feat, as he navigated the battlefield with unparalleled finesse. But Rimuru, the strongest among them, had a different plan in mind. Instead of merely hiding his presence, he had completely erased it, rendering himself undetectable to anyone in his whole existence. He understood the immense danger posed by his sheer power, knowing that even his mere presence could cause catastrophic damage to the tensura world and obliterate all lesser beings, even when in his avatar form. Now, they are on the brink of reaching the rampaging Milim, who herself is closing in on the God's Mountain. Rimuru Pav. Right now, we're closing in on Milim. Diablo is skillfully hiding his presence, but this good-for-nothing dragon is practically shouting our arrival by releasing his aura after getting all excited. Hey, Ciel, did you manage to save Milim's pet dragon soul? Absolutely, Master. It's safely stored in imaginary space. We can bring him back whenever you want. Excellent. It looks like we've reached our destination. Hey, buddy, you go and fight Milim, and Diablo, you maintain the barrier. I ordered them. Understood, my lord. Diablo replied, immediately creating a powerful barrier. Hey, bro, you don't have to be so cold. Vildor chimed in, starting his antics again. Yeah, just go already. I said to Vildor, cutting him off as he headed towards Milim. As Vildor went towards Milim, I approached Velz, noticing another figure beside her. It appeared that she was absorbing the demonic and draconic magic in her surroundings. She must be the Spirit Queen. Yes, Master, she is indeed the Spirit Queen Ramers. I see. And it seems that her soul has sustained damage as well. Indeed, Master. The absorption of a substantial amount of demonic and draconic magic emanating from the clashes between Guy and Milim has resulted in the deterioration of her soul. I see. I think it's because of us that her soul is getting damaged, because if we had come here earlier, then it wouldn't have happened in the first place. So now that her soul is getting damaged, what will happen to her? Master, if Ramers continues to absorb the magicules present in her surroundings, she will gradually lose her powers and memories, and undergo a cycle of reincarnation. This process would alter her personality, akin to the transformation observed in true dragons upon their resurrection. However, after approximately 25,000 years, she would return to her original state. However, if she stops to absorb the magic, she will retain her powers and memories, and undergo a reincarnation cycle. In this scenario, she would maintain her memories and powers, but undergo a change in personality, similar to true dragons. I see. In that case, let's absorb the magic in our surroundings first. While I was talking with Ciel, we had already approached Velz. She seemed relieved by my presence. Thank God, Rimuru, you came. Velz exclaimed in a relieved voice. Why is she thanking me? Yeah, I intended to arrive earlier, but I had some other tasks to attend to. You can drop the barrier now, I have someone else to handle it. Also, go inform Ramers to stop absorbing the magic. I will take care of everything from here, I instructed Velz. After I instructed her, Velz nodded in agreement and swiftly lowered the barrier. Thankfully, Diablo had already erected a protective shield to mitigate any potential damage. Alright then, devour all things Aztec. Now, the only task left is to confront Milim. As the command reverberated through the air, in an instant, the swirling magicules and energy in the surrounding environment were devoured by Aztec, leaving behind a sense of emptiness, as if the essence of the battlefield had been consumed, leaving only a vacuum. Now that's done. The only thing left is stopping Milim. Master, I would like to conduct some experiments on Guy Crimson. As I prepare to leave for Milim, Ciel interrupts with an abrupt request. What type of experiments exactly? There are some things that I would like to test with ultimate skills, and Guy Crimson is currently in the perfect condition for one of my experiments. Do whatever you want, just don't overdo anything. Understood. I'm sure she's just asking me as a formality. And I bet she's going to evolve his skills too. Well, it doesn't affect me, so no worries. I'm also interested in what kind of new ultimate skill he will get, because he also has a Sin series ultimate skill. As far as I know, the next evolution of Sin and Virtue series skills is God series ultimate skills. And about Velzard, he is a different case because Ciel has merged his two ultimate skills and evolved into a God series skill. So I wonder what kind of ultimate skill Guy would get. Well, I'll find out later. But first things first, stop Milim. Velzard's style killing arts. Stormray. What in the world is that idiot dragon doing? This attack from Velzard's style killing art is one heck of a strong attack. If unleashed at full power, it has the potential to tear apart the very fabric of reality. The shockwave it generates is enough to cripple space and time. But fortunately, he didn't unleash it at full power, though he still used it. Is he trying to destroy this planet or what? You idiot, why did you destroy God's mountain? You evil dragon, I shouted towards Velzard. I shouted at him because across from me lay the shattered remnants of the once proud mountain. Velzard had completely destroyed God's mountain. Not even a single part of God's mountain remained. Whoa. It's not my fault, it's Milim. Yeah, it's Milim. I was just trying to stop her. That's all, Velzard said, attempting to shift blame onto Milim. What am I going to do with him? Sigh. And why does it seem like Milim has lost her sanity? It's as if she no longer has control over her own body. Do you know about this, Ciel? I asked her because, at times like this, she knows the exact information that I need. Yes, Master. Milim has acquired the ultimate skill Wrathful King Satinel, and one of its sub-skills is Stampede. When activated, Stampede unleashes a state of uncontrollable rage, fueled by the user's anger. Coupled with another sub-skill, Magicule's Breeder Reactor, it amplifies the user's destructive power exponentially, causing them to go berserk and obliterate everything in their path, even their own allies. Furthermore, Milim's ultimate skill is a modified version of the original Wrathful King Satinel, enhancing its potency and unpredictability. Yep, that's the information I needed, but still, this ability of hers. I see. So, we also have to do something about this because it is not a very useful skill, and for Milim, it's very dangerous. I also agree with you, Master. Even Ciel is agreeing with me, but for now, I should focus on stopping her. Rimuru, you should go and stop him, or else he will destroy the world instead of Milim. Vel said to me. She is right, I need to take matters into my own hands because if Velzard's power remains unchecked, disasters are confirmed. Despite his maturity, he still shows occasional childish and senseless behavior, making him unpredictable. Yeah, Vels, I understand. Hey, old man, that's enough. You should back down now. I will take care of the rest. I said to Velzard. What? I am just getting started now. Let me show some more of my power. And here he goes again, starting to whine. We can do this later. First, I have to stop her, I said to him. And before he could say anything to me, I swiftly flew past him and Guy, positioning myself directly in front of Milim. That's enough, Milim. You should stop now, I assert, my voice carrying authority. I'll kill them all, I'll kill you all, I'll kill them all, kill. That's the response I got. Well, she's clearly in a full-on killing and destroying mood. There's no point in talking now. I see. In that case, I said, swiftly moving to Milim's side and delivering a precise blow to her neck. With my neck chop, she instantly slumps into unconsciousness, finally bringing an end to her rampage. It seems that Milim is stronger than what Velta has described to me, and the proof is that she took that neck chop without sustaining much damage. I'm having these thoughts because the neck chop I gave Milim is incredibly strong. It's strong enough to slice through this planet with ease, like a hot knife through butter. If I were to hit the ground with this much power, then this planet would be split apart, and the space around it would be crippled. This alone proves how powerful Milim is. As she went unconscious, I gently cradled Milim in my arms and began to approach the others. Well, now that's done, let's go somewhere else to talk, I said to them, now that we were all gathered. Guys, could you please tell me who this person exactly is? Ramrus asked. We'll tell you, but not here. Let's go to my place, there we can talk, Guy said to Ramrus, and why does he seem so happy? What did you do with him, Ciel? I asked her because I have a suspicion that she is behind this. Nothing much, master. I just evolved Guy Crimson's ultimate skill, and now Guy's ultimate skill, Prideful King. Lucifer has evolved into Abyss God. Nodens. In a proud voice. I knew it. Didn't I tell you not to overdo anything? Master is interested in what kind of godly skill will come from the evolution of Lucifer. That's why I evolved his ultimate skill. Matter-of-fact tone. I know. And if you say it like this, then it's okay, I guess. Defeated. Haha, Ciel's smug face. Whatever. For the time being, I decided to ignore her. Yeah, let's head to the ice continent. I exclaimed, receiving nods of agreement from everyone as we set off in that direction. Yeah, let's head to the ice continent, I exclaimed, and everyone nodded in agreement. And so we began our journey towards the ice continent. Hey Ciel, while we're on our way, could you tell me more about this Nodens skill? Certainly. Nodens is essentially a stronger and upgraded version of Lucifer. It possesses a similar ability to Spear Queen Rammus's, although it's slightly weaker. I see. Now that he's acquired the ultimate skill of the Gods series, he's become as strong and powerful as Diablo and Veltz. Anyway, please provide me with all the information on Nodens. I'm interested in learning more about this skill. Sure. Nodens contains the following skills. Ultimate skill. Abyss God. Nodens. Sub-skills. 1. Thought acceleration. Accelerates the user's thought processing speed up to a factor of millions of times. 2. Analytical appraisal. Analyzes and assesses the target. 3. All of creation. The ability to comprehend any non-concealable phenomena in this world. 4. Chant annulment. Eliminates the need for chanting when using magic. 5. Skill copy consumes 5% max magic heals. The ability to copy others' skills just by looking at and understanding them. It can even copy God's skills. It can't copy Rimuru's skills. Understanding skills will become easier by using analytical appraisal. 6. All creation manifestation. The ability to manifest any existing object in the world. Similar to Rammus's labyrinth creation, but weaker and different than her ability. 7. Space-time domination. It allows the user complete control over the elements of space and time, allowing them to perform space-time connection and instant motion easily. 8. Multi-dimensional barrier. It is a barrier-type skill that achieves absolute defense through the utilization of an always-active multi-layer barrier, in combination with Dimension Fold, the upgraded version of Distortion Field. It boasts foolproof defense against physical, elemental, and emission-type attacks. While there are attacks that could potentially break it, if the user is able to analyze the nature of the oncoming attack, they can adjust the barrier to block it. Its performance is above that of even Uriel's Absolute Guard. That's all about Nodens. Wow, this skill packs quite a punch. It's no surprise that Lucifer is considered the strongest Sin series skill. And look, it appears we've arrived.